And today we're going to practice another thing, which is word building. What is word building? Word building is simply constructing words from suffixes, from prefixes. Why is this important? For you to improve your vocabulary. That's it. So I have many things in here. Word building. Just 1 second. Yes, this is it. Okay, so this is, guys, I'm with another computer today. I have 2 computers, okay? So I have one which is better than the other one, and this is what happens. Word building is a very important section in the C1, but in the Cambridge, in the traditional Cambridge exam. This is APTIS, but APTIS is from Cambridge also. And well, this is just for you to let's going to read this. I'm sharing the screen. Yes, okay. So the best way to learn new vocabulary is to meet it in the context in the course of your reading or in listenings, blah, blah, blah. We know that. But while you probably know the root words that are given in most cases, like friend, okay? For example, you may not have seen the abstract noun friendship, or the adjective which looks like an adverb friendly, or the negative form unfriendly, okay? This may seem like so kind of easy for you, okay? But maybe you won't know other things. So for example, girls, many Germanic verbs have n at the very end of the verb. For example, black, we know that black is the color, blah, blah, blah. But how is oscurecer or ennegrecer? We add a suffix, which is n, okay? Blacken, to blacken, oscurecer, okay? And you have blackness, blacker, okay? This is the same as when you have a strong, which is the adjective, a strength is the noun, a stronger is the comparative, a strengthen is the verb. A strengthen is the verb. This, we saw this already when we started the classes. Okay, now I'm going to tell you to do 2 exercises, okay? This is going to be like a guide, so don't be... Now I will pass it. The first exercise is this one. I want you to put these adjectives, to convert these adjectives into nouns, okay? And adjectives to nouns. And here you have adjectives, but in this case, I want the verb. I'm going to write it if I can. I want here the noun from these adjectives, and I want here the verbs. And now we correct. Okay, that's it. So bright, the noun is brightness. Fat, fatten, with double T. Engordar, okay? So I want just like this. Okay, let's correct. Let's correct because there are many things to do today. Bright, I want the noun. Perfect, Irene. So bright, we need brightness. Okay, brightness. Dark can be dark or darkness. Okay, both are correct. Dark is also a noun. Is noun and adjective. Okay, so both would be valid. Deep is depth, profundidad, depth, from deep, depth. Fresh, freshness, freshness, lightness. Lightness has got two meanings in Spanish. So both of them are, well, depending on the context. Then we have long. This is length. Madness, locura. Quietness, which is tranquilidad, okay. Weakness, debilidad. Whiteness, well, in this case, you could have both, and it would be amplitud or anchura in Spanish, so it is different. Okay, that would be the first exercise. So just be checking. Okay, so this kind of words, if you use this kind of words, it means that you know how to form words in English. So they are considered to be advanced. Okay, this is very important in traditional Cambridge exams. And this is just for you to include in your speaking, which we will practice, of course, and in your writing part. Let's see the other exercise, which was making verbs from adjectives. So to fatten, engordar, okay, you can say to get fat. This is the same, but this is, girls, you can say to get fat, engordar, but if you say to fatten, this is like more, I don't know, more advanced, you know. So those are regular verbs. So what does this mean? That you're going to say, for example, if you want to say, you could say, I've gotten fat is the same as I've fattened. Okay, this is regular, so it's ed in the past and in the past participle. Fatten, then fresh, freshen. Freshen would be like refrescar, okay? Harden, endurecerse or endurecer. Okay, so if I want to say se endurecerá, it will be hardened. It will be hardened. Okay, this would be the passive. You will know that the passive, I know that you are already familiar with the structure of the passive, but it is mainly the verb to be conjugated in any tense, in the tense you want, and then the participle. This is the passive. Then I will give you the document. It is, the verb is lengthen, okay, alargar. Ripen, madurar, but in the case of fruit, not people, okay. Ripen, then we have sharpen, afilar, sharpen. So I'm going to sharpen this knife. in order to cut this apple. I don't know. Okay. So you conjugate this in the tense you want. Soft. Ripe, maduro. So, ripen, madurar. Para la fruta, no para las personas. Okay, so ripen, for example, I like ripe bananas. So when they have the spots. Sharpen. Afilado, afilar. Soft, soften. Suavizar. Okay. Oh, this product in my hair has softened the structure of my hair. Straighten, okay, straighten es enderezar. Or even alisar, okay, for example, your hair. Going to straighten my hair, okay, me voy a alisar el pelo. Lo voy a poner recto. Claro, es que poner recto en español se dice enderezar. Por eso se dice en el... Sí. Now I'm thinking that when you drive, when you're driving and you want to put the wheel straight, you say enderezar in Spanish. Straighten. Thick is thicken. Thicken, a ver si me sale la palabra. Thicken, espesar. Okay, for example, when you are cooking, you may want to thicken a sauce and you add flour. I don't know. Whiten, blanquear, okay? I want to have my teeth whitened. Okay, I want to have my teeth whitened. This is a have something done structure that we will see also. So don't worry about anything. Okay, so those are good if you can include some of these verbs. These verbs are very, unusual in the sense that nobody used them in the exam, so this is good. Harden, dificultar. This may be used in any context, so that is a good verb. I'm going to pass to you the document. Building. And we are going to do another exercise.
Marta.
Yes?
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question with straighten, because
yes.
I think about if it is when someone is stricto, is not the same, or can we use to say something like that or not?
No, you would say strict.
Strict. Okay.
Yes, if you say straight, tendría el sentido de que es recto en el sentido de que, pues, por ejemplo, es una persona recta, no es estricto. Por ejemplo, es una persona recta que no bebe, que no se sale como de la norma, hace todo perfecto, algo así. Eso sería straight, pero estricto es strict.
Vale, pero que se puede utilizar también como un adjetivo para alguien, ¿no?
Sí.
Vale. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ask whatever you want. Let's going to see. Let's going to go to exercise 2, which you already have, yes, in this exercise. And girls, in here, you are going to complete the gaps with maybe you have a word, okay? So maybe you need this to be an adjective, maybe you need the verb, maybe you need the verb in the past simple or the verb in, I don't know, the noun or the adverb or the adjective or the adjective in the comparative form. Okay, so just I'm going to give you time to just do exercise 2. Okay, this is 9 sentences. And let's see if you know what grammatical category goes in these gaps. So you just have to complete with everything that fits. If an adjective fits there, okay. If a noun fits there, okay. Now we will say it. Okay. Let's see. How can I do this? Oh. Okay. It's correct. So the first, the sky, I'm going to put it like that so that you can see the answers better. So the sky, the first, darkened. Why? Because I need the verb, and this is with another. The and is putting together two verbs in the same tense, of course. So I need the past simple. The sky darkened and filled with black clouds. Second, December 21st is one of the darkest, okay, this is the superlative of the adjective, days of the year because there are very few hours of sunlight. 3, he thinks it is a sign of weakness, okay, the noun, to admit that he's wrong, but I would gladly change my views if I thought it would do any good. You're going to put an adverb if you have after it a verb or an adjective. So in this case, if you have a verb, which is change, okay, what can you have before this verb? Just no, Irene, I'm going to tell you why. Before change, before a verb, you have to have the adverb of this adjective, okay? Be, if you have be, it had to be changed, okay? Changed like this, okay, in the participle. Okay, so the adverb, you need. Okay, exactly, yes. If you have here the adjective, sorry, the adverb, it is going to be in the middle. Yes, this is true. Let's see. So gladly, then for the freshness of the spring flowers, well, different possibilities. Gladdened her heart or gladdens her heart, or will gladden. Well, this is in any tense. You have to make the verb. This is the most important thing. 5, at first they were surprised by the strength of the resistance to their plan, but now it seems to be weakened, debilitado, or weakening, debilitándose, okay? 2 possibilities in this. Okay. 6, he should go on a diet because he's got much fatter. You need the comparative, and the kind of food he's fond of is aficionado, okay, is very fatty. Gorda, no? Fatty. 7, you can't expect me to sit here. How? Quietly, we need an adverb. When I know someone is deliberately, so you need something in the present continuous. Blackening my character. 8. The only way to produce a square room would be to shorten, you need the verb, shorten, acortar, the front wall and lengthen the side wall so that the length, a noun in this case, so that the length and the width, in this case, width instead of wideness, width better, okay, would be exactly the same. And the last one, what a lovely day, she said. How? Brightly. But the noise, so noise is a noun, you need the adjective, ensordecedor, el ruido ensordecedor. Okay, this sounds quite literary. The deafening noise from the street outside where the workmen were, and here you need the verb in the past continuous. Good. Irene, tell me, in which sentence are you? Yes. Shall I repeat? Where are you? 9. 9. Okay. Okay. So 9 is this. What a lovely day, she said. How? ¿Cómo dijo eso? Brightly. Cuando tenemos el cómo se hizo algo, tenemos que poner un adverbio. Okay. And now here I have the article, the determiner, then I have a noun. So if I have a noun, I have to put an adjective. Okay, no other possibility. So the deafening, from deafening, noise, el ruido ensordecedor. Deaf es sordo. So we need the adjective. From the street outside where the workmen. Entonces, lo que estaba sonando eran los trabajadores ensanchando la calzada. Entonces, como tenemos que usar white, where, widening, okay, we need the past continuous. The road prevented me from hearing anymore. Okay, do you have more doubts about this exercise? Okay, so we're going to pass to do another. No, I don't want to close it. Let's going to do exercise C. Well, this is part C, which is common negative prefixes. Normally, you're going to have this, okay? Miss, in, okay? Like misbehave or in. The thing with in is that you may sometimes have some variations depending on the first letter of the root word. If it begins with L, you have illegal, M, immoral, so you put M, or if you have R, you put another R, which is irregular. So you can have this variation. You also have, like misunderstood, incomplete, disqualified. Okay, so I'm going to give you time to do this exercise, okay? And you just have to put the correct word, which is in the brackets. You have to put them in the gaps, okay? Adding a prefix, a negative prefix, okay, one of these ones. Okay, so just few time to complete from 1 to 15, up until 15, and then we will work a little bit on vocabulary. Okay, the first, on the whole is like in general, I like living in the country, but it has some disadvantages. Okay, we put it in the plural because we have some. Okay, so this is like taken for granted. 2, if you answered the first question incorrectly, okay, how you answer the first question? So incorrectly, you need the adverb. Look again at the instructions. 3, I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong information. I didn't mean it, no pretendía, okay? I didn't mean to mislead you. Mislead you. Okay? 4, what you're saying doesn't make sense. It's completely illogical. You wouldn't say illogic. It's illogical. The driver responsible. Look at the word responsible for the accident was disqualified. Inhabilitado, okay? From driving for 10 years. The driver responsible for the accident was disqualified from driving for 10 years. Inhabilitado. 6, everyone at the hospital was very efficient, but there was nothing friendly about them. It was all very impersonal. Seven, if you find a word spelled wrongly in this book, it's a misprint. Una errata, a misprint. This is a noun. 8, there was some disagreement. You know that some is used in this case with nouns which are plural, but also with nouns which are singular because they are uncountable. So some disagreement between them about the best treatment to give the patient. 9, I didn't mean to insult you. No pretendía, didn't mean to insult you. I think you've misunderstood what I said. Okay, so just be checking the answers. Okay. Let's move on to 10. His poetry is immortal. Okay, it will never die. 11. He said my advice was irrelevant and had nothing to do with the case. To have nothing to do, no tenía nada que ver. Eso no tiene nada que ver. It has nothing to do with whatever. Okay, this is an expression. I was very disappointed. Okay, when you have disappointing is that you are describing how something is. Disappointed, how you feel. Disappointing is the situation, okay? So in this case, I was very disappointed that I couldn't come to your wedding. Okay, ing is normally to describe a situation, and ed is for expressing your own feelings of something. 13, I thought he was rather in this case means bastante. Okay, rather means lots of things, but in this case, bastante. I thought he was rather unpleasant when I first met him, but I realized that I misjudged him. Actually, in reality, he's quite nice. I put the past because of I thought. Two more. 14, as soon as they heard of the climbers' disappearance in the fog, they organized a search party, equipo de búsqueda. And the last one, 15, when he suddenly appeared with so much money, we wondered if he had acquired it, how? Dishonestly. Okay, you can see the answers in here. I don't know if you have questions about this. We're going to finish off with some participle combinations. How was it, girls? Was it good? Okay. Okay. Nice. Now we are going to finish off with two more exercises, which are participle combinations that are going to be very useful for the vocabulary section for the exam. In the exam, you've got in the grammar part a vocabulary section, okay, which is about 25 word sentences, which is 25 words that you have to know. And some of them, some collocations and some expressions are made of participle combinations. So this is very important because if you know the word, you're going to pass this part. Girls, the grammar and vocabulary section is the most important, okay? You have 5 parts, grammar and vocabulary, then you have reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Okay, but imagine you have a B2, C1, C1, okay? Reading, writing, speaking, and listening, okay? So the grammar and vocabulary section is what is going to determine your final level. If you got B2 in this part, in the grammar section, you are going to get the B2. If you get the C1 in this part, you are going to get the C1. So this is the most important in the sense that this finally gives you your final level, okay? So this is why you have to be as perfect as possible, okay, in this part. For this reason, we are going to go to the last page, okay, and it says present participle combination. So the gerund, what we commonly known as gerunds, okay, like walking stick, running shoes, working group, running water. You know that in the vocabulary section you have to match words, okay? So for example, I'm going to do this for you to see what is a participle combination. Present participle is the same as the gerund, okay? ing, so walking a stick, ing, and then you have a noun, okay? And past participle, you have, for example, detached house. So here you have a participle and the noun. This is the difference, ing or ed. This is the main difference. this usually goes in the when you have, for example, detach, and then you have to match. Detached house, detached stick, or detached group. So the most common collocation is this one. Okay, so this is what we're going to be practicing. This is very, very simple. For example, girls, a room where people live is a living room. Okay, those are words that we usually use. A pool where people can swim, a swimming pool. Son palabras que, bueno, estas son muy fáciles, ¿no? Porque las tenemos ya hipermetidas en el cerebro. A machine used to wash clothes, a washing machine. ¿Ok? Son collocations, lo que pasa es que son fáciles estas. Now we are going to see others. A basket used when people go shopping, a shopping basket, or soap used when shaving, shaving soap. That's it. So those are words that we really, really use in everyday English. So what are you going to do? Exercise 2, okay, which has this part, okay, and this part. So what do you have to do in here? You have to take one present participle or gerund or one word from this box, and you have to put it together with one in this to make sentences. Okay, in here I'm going to do the first one. Okay, he's one of those unfortunate people who always seems to pick the, it says unfortunate, the losing side. Okay, in any argument, la parte perdedora, la parte que pierde. Okay, this is a collocation in English, so you should know it. Okay, so I'm going to give you time to complete this, and then I'm going to do one of these. And then the same, but with the past participles. For example, if you go out for the day, the hotel will supply you with a packed lunch. Okay? Packed lunch is a collocation in English. Okay, so girls, finish. Do it and tell me when you finish. Okay, let's see. It seems difficult, but in reality, it's not so difficult. When you get the answers, it is not going to be difficult. I'm going to write the answers in here. So, let me see. Okay, we've said that one was losing sight. Losing sight. And now we're going to see the second. There are times when the between what is right and wrong is very difficult to define. So this is the dividing line, la línea divisoria entre lo que está bien y lo que está mal, ¿ok? The dividing line. Three, I hadn't heard from her for a few months, but she sent me what? A greetings card the other day to say she had been made sales representative for Ferton and the surrounding villages. Ok, la habían hecho representante de ventas para Ferton. We infer that this is a place, okay, and the surrounding villages, los pueblos colindantes, okay. Four, the leading article in the newspaper today says that it is the responsibility of people in the richer nations to lend, echar una mano, quiere decir echar una mano, to lend a hand, but we have the collocation to lend a helping hand to those in the developing countries, los países del tercer mundo. Okay? So for leading article, helping hand, and developing countries of the third world. 5, in his at the convention, we have to infer in his opening speech. At the convention, the managing director of the advertising agency, en la agencia de publicidad, began by saying that he was pleased to report increased business during the past year. Okay, so I'm going to do like that. So those are collocations. Leading article, el artículo principal, helping hand, en español decimos una mano amiga, developing countries, los países en desarrollo, ¿qué más? Dividing line, línea divisoria, okay, so it is not so difficult when you know the answers. This is not so difficult. Let's see the second, okay? I'm going to put it in one side so that you can be correcting. Okay? Yes, Maria. No. No. Because devised would be like divisada. Okay, not divisoria. You need, no, devising. Dividing, yes. Yes, with ing. For example, we have hard working. It's like if you tell me, could we say hard worked? We could say hard worked, but it wouldn't mean trabajador. Hard worked sería trabajado, algo que ha sido trabajado duramente. So no, this is the same. This is like that. This is like a collocation, so this is it. Let's see the second, okay? Let's see. So one, we've said a packed lunch. Una comida, pues de estas que te dan en un hotel, si has pagado y te vas por ahí de excursión, te dan la comida pues en una cajita. So this is packed lunch. Second, R.L. Stevenson's most famous novel is about pirates looking for buried treasures, tesoros escondidos. En este caso se dice en inglés enterrados, ¿ok? On a desert island. ¿Ok? It's a with in every room. So it is talking about a house. It is a detached house. You have in the example the same in here. Detached house like that. With fitted carpets. Fitted means a medida. Ok, con alfombras a medida. In every room. For the page numbers in my copy of the are different from yours. The prescribed book. Prescribed book es el libro que hay que comprar, ¿vale? Por ejemplo, cuando en el instituto o donde sea te dicen, compra este libro de tal edición. Okay, so this is the prescribed book. What they tell you to buy. Okay, the prescribed book. Are different from yours. Perhaps you have a revised edition. Quizás tengas una edición revisada, another edition. You have another edition. Five, she died of a broken heart. This is metaphorical, of course, when she realized that her country's independence was a lost cause, una causa perdida. Muchas son iguales en español. Not all of them, but many of them. 6. He's like most salesmen selling used cars. Él es como la mayoría de los vendedores que venden coches usados. He's more interested in a quick profit than in satisfied customers. Está más interesado en el beneficio rápido que en los clientes satisfechos. Okay, tell me if I have to repeat something. Okay, very good. So in the exam, imagine if you have prescribed edition hard book. It is going to be book. If you have lost treasure podría ser tesoro perdido, pero lost va normalmente con cause. Por eso es una collocation. Es una palabra que simplemente más veces va con otra. Simplemente, okay? So, girls, very good. What I'm doing now is that I'm going to pass to you. Let me see. Good. I'm going to pass to you the theory of the passive. I don't know if this is it. No. Give me just a second. Here. Okay, the theory, as you know, every theory that I give to you is going to be in Spanish, okay? Because if you understand English perfectly, very, very good. But I think that you may need some translation in some things. So this is the passive voice. We're going to be working on the passive voice next day. I mean, on Tuesday. So this is good that you read this. This is only 6 pages. I'm going to be telling you what is it about. We're going to be doing exercises, and on Thursday, I will be telling you to write for the weekend the article of the part of the writing, and we will see inversions. And in the last 2 weeks, we will review just everything. We will speak and all these things. So the homework is that you read this document, which is 6 pages. You have the introduction to the passive voice. Maybe you know already all of that. If you know, don't read it. I mean, do whatever you want. But you have the introduction, examples, the structure, okay, of the passive voice, which is mainly a verb with be, okay, conjugated in any tense, and then the participle. It is they tell you that this was made by me, okay. When we say se in Spanish, normally we are going to use a passive in English. You have more examples. You have the structure, okay, like the tense and the active and the passive. In the exam, you are not going to be asked to be transforming sentences from the active to the passive. But this is good that you include in the writing, this is very important, a passive. This is very important, okay? So here you have examples and, well, how to pass from active to passive. I have just told you that you are not going to need this for the exam, just to understand what is the passive about. And well, you have this, el bombero rescató al gato, el gato fue rescatado por el bombero, okay? And then you have the verbs with double objects, okay? Like they have 2 possibilities. I gave a present to Martha. Martha was given a present, or a present was given to Martha, okay? So 2 possibilities in this. You have here everything, and that's basically it. What we're going to do is that we're going to practice this in class next day. Okay, girls? So that was everything for today. I hope that you found the class at least useful. I know that sometimes it is boring to do exercises and so on, but that's it. So see you next day. Have a very nice week, which ends with the weekend. And that's it. See you on... I have to think about the date. On Tuesday. Bye-bye, girls. Thank you for coming. See you.